Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Sundays with Allie. I'm Allison J. Waldman, your guide to the Barbra Streisand Videocast for today, April 28th, 2012. And what a week we had. It was Barbra's birthday week. Now, as I told you in last Sunday's broadcast, I had celebrated Barbra's birthday with a group of friends at Chili's on the previous Saturday night. But, leave it to Barbra. She topped us because on Tuesday in Malibu, there was a heck of a party for Barbra Streisand. I mean, the stars came out. There was Jane Fonda and Richard Perry who had produced Stoney N for Barbra. There was Warren Beatty, Kate Capshaw, Steven Spielberg, Johnny Mathis was brought in and as the entertainment of the night, singing for Barbra. There were, just a multitude of stars, lots of people, lots of friends. Of course, Barbra was so excited about the party, and not so much for the other stuff, but for one reason in particular. Her son, Jason Gould, made a film for her. And not only did he make a film for her, but on the film included his singing. Jason Gould sings. Fantastic, right? I mean, this is really, really exciting. And, for months now, we've been hearing clues from Barbra, as well as Elliot, that Jason is moving into music. Barbra was talking about it while she was promoting What Matters Most, and in Elle magazine she mentioned Jason is singing now, composing, has a beautiful voice. She dropped hints a few times about Jason. And then Elliot was promoting this movie in January, and he mentioned Jason, his wonderful son, who's a grown man, and how great he is, and that he is singing. Now, what could this all mean, guys? What could it all mean? I mean, let's put our minds together. Let's put our heads together. I think it means that Jason Gould is planning something. I think we're going to hear Jason Gould's voice, possibly a CD, maybe a couple of songs on a website, maybe something available through iTunes. I think Jason is not motivated to sing for any reason other than the fact that he's creative, talented, has a good voice, and wants to share. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the notoriety. He's never chased fame. But clearly this is something that maybe is important to him. And I'm telling you guys, if Jason sings, it's entirely likely that his mother might join him on a track. I mean, after all, it's all in the family, right? Speaking of all in the family, another person who was at Barbra's party was her sister Roz. And I was very interested because Rosalind had a concert last night in Brooklyn, April 28th, at Brooklyn College. And it was, being labeled as Roz's return to Brooklyn. And I thought it was very, very interesting because, Barbra's party was the 24th, and then she flew to New York to be in this concert on the 28th. I thought she might have skipped Barbra's party, but you don't miss Barbra's parties, apparently. So Roz was at the party, and then last night she did her concert. Now, when you're talking Barbra, Roz, growing up in Brooklyn, interesting stuff, and the question comes to mind, what's all this scuttlebutt about Barbra possibly doing a concert in Brooklyn? Well, according to what I'm hearing, guys, it's still just a rumor. But it's a rumor that might become something real in the next couple of months. So I can't say anything more except for the fact that be aware. Now, I'm not talking about the song. Be aware. Barbra may be doing something later this year involving her 50th anniversary and Brooklyn and concerts. Okay, so we'll just wait and see. Now, the other thing that is really interesting about the party, let's go back a minute to the party, is that both Warren Beatty was there and Steven Spielberg. Now, what do Warren Beatty and Steven Spielberg have in common? Could it be that they're Oscar-winning film directors? Interesting. They're also longtime Barbra friends and colleagues, and we're still waiting to hear who is going to be the director of Gypsy. And as somebody on the Barbra message board pointed out, I think it might have been Vernon, either one of those guys could be the director for Gypsy. If I was betting on it, right now I might put my money on Spielberg, because Spielberg's been talking for a long time about wanting to do a musical. And I have also been told by my sources that the director that Barbra has been speaking to loves her. And Spielberg has always loved Barbra. I don't mean love. I'm talking about he loves her as a friend. They're good friends. They go back a long, long way. So let's wait and see. But I also had got another bit of information this week that Barbra was also interviewing an actress whom she wants to play Louise in Gypsy. And that Barbra was very, very excited, but no word yet on who that actress was. But if she can work her schedule, she might be in the film. But that's still far into the future, because before we ever get to Gypsy, we got Guilt Trip coming up. I'm still peppering Twitter tweets to Paramount asking them when are they going to start releasing some information about the Guilt Trip. I have a feeling it's like a 4-month window. So November, October, September, August. We might have to wait until June, July, August before we get any news about Guilt Trip. It seems ridiculous to you and me because they should be talking about it now, but I guess they think they know what they're doing. So we'll wait and see. Oh, there was a very funny comment just made the other day by Robert Redford, of all people. He was at a Sundance event in London, and they were asking him questions about his movies, and somehow they got on the subject of music. And he mentioned that when he did Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, he never understood Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, because there was never any rain in the movie. And he didn't understand why they stuck that song in there. But, the song did win an Oscar, so I guess they knew what they were doing. Then, of course, comes The Sting, and there was all this Scott Joplin ragtime music, which, again, Redford said he knew nothing about, and he was surprised when he saw the movie and heard the music. But the funniest comment he made was about The Way We Were, which is, I thought, precious, because he said that when they talked to him about doing The Way We Were and Barbra Streisand was going to be in it, the first thing he said to Sidney Pollack is, "She's not going to sing, is she?" So clearly, Robert Redford was a little bit intimidated by Barbra Streisand's voice. Of course, Bob also went on to say that he was wrong, and it wasn't the first time that he was wrong, because clearly Barbra singing in The Way We Were was magical. Speaking of magical, I hope you guys, some of you guys got a chance to watch the Turner Classic Movie Barbra Streisand Marathon. I did watch part of it. I watched most of The Way We Were. And, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but God, she was gorgeous in that film. Oh, she was so beautiful in that movie. And she was so perfect in that role. And do you notice how in that film, she is completely serious? She's a completely serious character. I mean, she doesn't have one joke line. All the jokes are his. She's constantly setting him up. She's constantly feeding him lines, and he's constantly coming up with the funny line or the funny quip in response to her seriousness. And it's a magnificent performance. She looked amazing. And you know what? As I tweeted, they were crazy to give Linda Jackson the Oscar that year. Barbra so clearly was the best actress. clearly the best actress. And I think if she hadn't won the Oscar for Funny Girl, they definitely would have given it to her for The Way We Were. In my opinion, she deserved it for both. Okay, but you know me, I'm prejudiced. Speaking of things that I'm prejudiced about, last week I told you about my new website. Well, the new website is coming along swimmingly, and it's probably going to go live this week. So watch for the announcement. I think you guys are really going to be impressed, and I think you're really going to like it. It's chock full of great information. I was scanning all my biographical film information. That's all going on the website. So it's going to be really, really dynamic. And there's all kinds of different bells, whistles, and tapes and stuff. I think you guys are going to like it. And it's interactive. There's a place for you to contact me and ask questions. And like I said, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. One more appointment stop on your daily web viewing. Okay, you're going to go to Barbra Archives, you're going to go to the Barbra message board, and you're going to go to my site. Now, there's another big project I'm working on. I will also hopefully have that up and running by the end of this week. So stay tuned. Okay, it's coming. And I guess that's basically it for this week with with the Sunday with Allie, the Barbra Streisand Videocast. We've already talked for 11 minutes, and I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you guys have a great week coming up. And who knows what news is coming, because God knows everything is happening. This is going to be such an amazing year. Remember, we're not even 4 months into it already. There's more stuff coming. Okay? So until next week, this is Allison J. Waldman, your Barbra Streisand Videocaster. Your Sunday with Allie is wrapping up, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.